Friends, how is everyone? Okay, let's see. Who do we have in chat here? Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Ev. Hi, Kenny. Oh no, you hurt your hand. Are you okay? Let's see. Who else? Let's turn this just a tiny bit. Let's see. Melissa, hello. Cheryl, hello. Aspie, hello. Hi, Steve. Let's see. Allie, Angela, hello. Della, Isalina, hello. Let's see. Pat, hello. Oh, it popped up here. Let's see. Scroll back to where it was. Okay, so we have Pat and Cheryl, hello. Boots and Groon, hello. Darlene, hello, Darlene. Hi, Michelle. All right. Okay, I think that's, if I missed anyone, I apologize. Ooh, inhaled the wrong time. Boots, I saw that post. I will, oh, and hello, Boots. I'll go ahead and take a look after stream, but it's in the Discord in the deals and sales section if you want to take a look. Okay, let's jump right into announcements. First things first, I finished the Pablo chart. This is in the Facebook group, and it's also up on the website in the download section. Looking at it though, I mean, I'm not going to color it in again because I know I'm just being nitpicky. If I were to change anything about the way that I did it, I might rearrange this section. Like, you'd wonder why this olive brown is down here. It's because when I was rearranging it, like I mean, it's olive brown, so it was a warmer olive, and so I couldn't figure out a way to transition for here. But what I would do probably is I'd move moss green up, switch around the lighter greens so they're here, and then fade the olive greens into the browns. But I'm not going to go back and do that all over again just because I'm nitpicky. But anyway, the Pablo chart is done. You can find it in the Facebook group and on the website. Just go to emilyillustrator.com/downloads or go to the file section of the Facebook group. Thanks, Angie. You're hearing an echo? Is anybody else hearing an echo? Echo, echo, echo. Let me know if anyone else is hearing an echo. I don't think there would be an echo, but okay, cool. Then it might just be on your end. Michelle, try refreshing. Make sure you don't have the stream on in 2 places. Anyway, but yeah, so chart is done. Like I said, I spent way too much time on it yesterday, nitpicking it. Speaking of the Pablos, I have 2 work in progresses. Now, we started this one. Sounds good, Sherry. Hi, Tara Lynn. And if I missed anyone coming in, I apologize. We started this page when I did my impromptu stream on Wednesday. And as far as we got, it was just like, not much, Wendy, you're good. I was just showing the Pablo color chart. So you can find that on the website and Facebook. Hi, Mary. Mary, I'm going to show the teapot here in a second. But we just briefly started this on Wednesday, and I started like the first layer of skin and I continued it. I haven't had time to continue it, but this is the idea. I haven't decided what color I'm going to do the feathers yet or the glow around in the back, but this is as far as we've gotten. And this was all done with the Pablos, which I gotta say, if we weren't already doing, Ev, oh, look at that happy little fox. Can we get some hypes in chat for Ev? Exclamation point hype. Or you can use your handy emotes. Thank you, Ev. You're awesome. Ev is so nice. The happy little fox. Come on, load emotes. I always gotta remember to open this up. Thank you, Ev. You are so sweet, seriously. And Ev, there should be an envelope coming your way here in a couple days. Little thank you note. Okay, so but yeah, so this is where I'm at with her. And if you're curious, this is the Christine Karen page. If you type exclamation point Karen, Karron, you can find this page on there. So absolutely gorgeous. Next. All right, the next thing I'm about to show here, for those of you that were on Mary and Tanya's stream, you might have heard a little bit. I realize I'm shaking, I'm bouncing my leg, I'm shaking the whole desk. Anyway, I finished my most recent teapot. I have not posted it in the Etsy store yet. I've started coloring. I kind of want to color it before I post it. Ab, you're funny. So I'll give you a sneak peek now. I started coloring it, and it will be up in the Etsy store at some point, probably after I color it. So this is the new teapot. This is where I've started it. We got a little bird here at the bottom. Let's zoom on in here, brighten that up. So we got all these leaves here, and I've been doing this with the Pablos also. But yeah, so this is our new semi-Japanese inspired teapot here. It's not, you know, like exactly like a traditional one. It's definitely just inspired by, but this is going to be the new teapot. So I want to get it all colored. It's, if you look, like I've started putting a little bit of brown on the leaves, and like everything's going to have a little hint of brown to it. So it's almost like it's colored wood, if that makes sense. Although I guess it's not wood, it'd be clay. I guess it's not wood, it'd be, yeah. Anyway, but the background's all going to be brown. It's going to be kind of a brownish theme, but a lot of the things in the inside will have color on it. So once I get this all colored and to my liking, then I'll go ahead and post this on Etsy. We got the little bamboo handle here. And then the next drawing after that, I'm going to do a series of Christmas teapots. So we'll have that ready for the holidays once we get past Halloween here. So this is the newest one. And also we have that wind chime sticker is new as well. So yeah, there's that. All right, and then when we ended stream on Monday, we had this one partially colored, and we had this all colored, and I said I was going to do the rest of the flowers so that we could start on something new. So this is where we're at with this one. If you want to see how we did the petals here and the blue flower here, you can rewatch Monday's stream, and that will get you all caught up to speed. Because I wanted to start on the leaves today. We're going to do kind of like a green and magenta kind of leaf. Okay? Trying to think if there's any other announcements. I don't think so. I think that's everything. Hey, but look at that. Less than 10 minutes for announcements. Usually I'm like talking to like 9 o'clock. So we're doing good tonight. All right. So tonight we are using, ooh, I like that idea, Zelina. That could be cute. That could be cute. Because I also promised Boots that I'd do a page with an orca on it. So I'm going to do the Christmas teapots, and then I'm going to draw an orca page. That's kind of my list I have going on. Yes, Shara, this one is by Rachel Reinert. This is in, sorry, squeaky chair. This is in Botanical Wonderland. Hi, Nodi. This is in Botanical Wonderland. She was actually here on Monday. She stopped in a chat and did a little Q&A. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, right now I'm coloring on the artist edition, but this page you can also find it in Okra. I might have said Okra. I meant to say Orca. I could have said Okra. I don't know. I had coffee. Yeah, Christmas ornament, Sherry. I meant Orca. Did I say Okra? I don't even like okra. But yes, an orca page. An orca page. Okay. So, like I said, I want to do kind of green and magenta kind of leaves. So we're definitely going to start with tropical green. I said orca? Oh, you said okra. Yes, orca. Yes, orca. Yes, an orca page has been requested. And animals I can do. You asked me to do a person? You are talking to the wrong illustrator. I can point you in the direction of some really good people that can draw people, but I am not one of them. I know where my strengths lie, and it is not in drawing faces. I can color them. I cannot draw them. I mean, if you want, you know, like some sort of Salvador Dali style face, maybe, you know, all melty and droopy and no correct dimensions whatsoever, I could maybe rock that. But otherwise, probably not. Okay, and then we're going to grab, I think, Green Mermaid. Make us a Picasso? I might be able to do that. Except the eye's gonna look really wonky. It won't be realistic, like, at all. Ooh, can I do like Henry Matisse, where I cut out pieces of construction paper and then make people that way? I could do that. A loose tea leaf inspired teapot. What, you mean like designs of loose leaf tea on the outside, or is there a teapot that's specifically meant for brewing loose leaf tea? I'm intrigued, Terlin. Okay, so we're gonna start with tropical green, and then we're gonna grab Green Mermaid. Green Mermaid, let's see, it's next to, closer to the blues here. Let's see, that's Emerald. How close is it to Emerald? Emerald is there. We want to move in this one. Aha! Green Mermaid. Paper dolls. Ah, but see, then I'd have to draw the body behind it. I just, honestly, like, the dresses were the closest I mean, I could collaborate with someone, I'm sure. But, yeah, the dresses are probably the closest to, like, people I get. Hands and faces. And feet. My first sentence? Oh, with, I got you, Steve. You're talking about with the loose leaf on it. That could be cool. But, I mean, it's right up there with the teapot with floral stuff on it. So, but for now, we have this teapot, the floral teapot, and then we'll do Christmas teapots. And then we'll do some sort of page that involves an orca. Not quite sure how I'll tie it in yet, but something. Okay, so now we have Mermaid Green. And then we're going to grab Where do I want to go from there? We're gonna go, I'm thinking Tyrian purple? Green mermaid to Tyrian purple, is that what I do? I want to do a good transition here. Tyrian purple or violet? Royal blue is too dark. Just trying to think of how my transition will work. I'm thinking Tyrian purple. Let's see, Tyrian purple, here we are. So many teapots, or Allie, not enough teapots. Number, name the box next to name, and then I was like, oops, oh, gotcha. Oh, number B. Okay, so that's the Tyrian purple, and then we're gonna grab, what do I want? Mermaid to, I take it back. We're not doing Tyrian purple. We're going to do royal purple. Is this one here? All right. Exactly, not enough. No, Melissa, we are using the Shapira Farbins. We're going to be using the Shapira Farbins for the remainder of this picture. The other 2 pages I'm doing, I am using Pablo's, but I'm coloring those. Sorry, I have a really squeaky chair. But I'm doing those off stream. We will do a page with the Pablos for sure, but we started this one before the Pablos found their way here. Daniela, hello. No, nonsense. We have a command for that, Daniela. Exclamation point late. Seriously, I need like get some WD-40 for my chair or something. There you see, you're never late. You arrive precisely when you mean to. Okay, so royal purple, and then we're gonna grab, ooh, sassy pink. I feel like we should grab sassy pink. What do we think? Sassy pink. All right, let's see. Where is sassy pink? There's sassy pink. Sassy pink, it's sassy. Question, has anyone else had issue with toner flaking off a page while coloring? I have not. It could have to do with the ink or the paper. My guess would be more the ink than the paper. And also it might have to do whether or not you're using a laser jet or a printer with toner. I think the ones with toner sometimes lay more thick across the top of the paper. All right, and then sassy pink to carnation, I think, or blooming bouquet, I think. Okay. And then just in case we have a little extra room, we're gonna grab ivory. No, not the microwave. Okay. So we're gonna set this aside. So these are definitely like mermaidy colors, which works out well because we chose mermaid green. One time I have terrible is if I don't let the ink dry long enough. Yeah, well, I mean, I have just a regular inkjet Canon, and I've never had any problem with flaking. So yeah, I think it just depends on what exactly you're using. Okay, so we have tropical green. We have green mermaid. We have royal purple, sassy pink, blooming bouquet, and maybe we'll use ivory. I'm gonna have it out just in case. Here, let's turn that in case anybody wants to screenshot it. I know that green mermaid's kind of hard to read, but that's green mermaid. So we have number 12, 268, 298, 320, 490, and 620. Okay? Me too, Mary. All right, we're gonna slide over here. We're gonna start on this one, okay? Okay. Yeah, because sometimes also you can choose when you're printing. Like, it'll sometimes say, do you want it to print high quality? I'm not quite sure what exactly that does, but I always click it. Just because I want, you know, the best possible ink absorption, I suppose. Okay, most of these are all good to go as far as sharpening. I'm gonna sharpen the, what is this? Sassy pink. Sassy pink. How's Steve and the kiddos? They are doing good. We got a cold front today and the kids were like, it's cold. Okay, so we're going to start with tropical green. I definitely had a cup of coffee during Mary and Tanya's stream. Thick paper setting. I'm wondering if my drum is drying. It could be. It could be if there's not enough moisture in it. Have you ever had any flaking issues with that printer before? Because if this is the first time, then yeah, it could be. It could be that. I mean, something is different if it hasn't, you know, happened before. So that could definitely be it. Okay, so how do I want to... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw some green along here. Not all the way down to the middle, but some. Okay, because I want to create almost like a visual divot, if that makes sense. Okay. Because we're going to two very different complementary colors here, so we need to be careful of our blends so that it doesn't look like we just laid down two colors, one right next to each other. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, that might be it then, Ev. It could just be that you need to change the ink. All right, so now Green Mermaid. Like I said, we're doing very different colors here, so definitely take your time, go light layers. Don't want to press too hard with this one. Okay. We're using that Green Mermaid right now. A real light, because we're going to be laying that that next, what is it, the royal purple over this, but we want to make sure that we're still showing some of that green. The idea is we're kind of doing a cool and a warm, although they are cooler reds. When you put them next to each other, it's going to be cool and warm. Okay, so now royal purple, really lightly over that green. Okay. And this is just our first layer here, okay? But again, when you're trying to create a gradient between two colors like this, you want to go nice and slow. Don't rush it. Should get a pretty nice blend out of this. And for those of you coming in late, just a reminder, I finished that Pablo chart. You can find that on my website on emilyillustrator.com/downloads. It's all free. As well as coloring worksheets, coloring pages, etc., etc., etc. Okay. That is the royal purple. Now we're going to grab our sassy pink. I know it doesn't look very bright right now, but we will get there. We will get there. All right, so sassy pink. It's very sassy. Don't think we'll end up using that ivory. I know you guys are talking about paper and whatnot, but it sounds like you all have it under control. It's one nice thing about being in a community like this is most of the time, if one of us doesn't have the answer, somebody else does. But if there's something you want to ask me and I don't see it, just feel free to repeat it or pop it in caps. Real slow here. Okay, Belinda! Hi, Belinda. Sounds good. That's what I generally do during the day. Like, I know I don't talk much in a lot of the streams during the day, but a lot of it has to do with I am back and forth so much between the kids or getting other things done that I feel bad. Like, I'll say something and then not be able to follow up. So just know during the day I am there, but I'm just lurking. I just try not to start conversations I can't finish. Okay, and then Bloom and Bouquet. How do you do what, Michelle? Bloom and Bouquet. We might use a little bit of that ivory now. Right on the edge. That's good, Ev. All right, now we're gonna grab ivory. And I kind of want to go over everything with this ivory. Yeah, so if I'm ever in a daytime stream and I say something and then like you respond to me, but I never respond, I'm not ignoring you. I swear, odds are I just legitimately didn't see it because I got called away. Which is why we do nighttime streams, because there are less interruptions. All right, so that's the ivory. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our tropical green again. So this is just our first layer, okay? Now we're going to go in with our second. All right, now we're gonna go ahead. I have a coloring book for practice that has dark black lines in the drawings, so I was wondering how to color that the dark lines don't show through. So I haven't tried it too much, but I do know that if you lay down Posca, you can still kind of lay it on top. You're still gonna have, like, if you were to lay down Posca and color with one pencil, you're gonna have a differentiating color. One thing you could do is color it and then outline it in gel pen. I have something I kind of did that on. It wasn't something, I'm trying to see if I can find it. It wasn't something I colored for Instagram or anything. It was something a friend and I were doing. I can find it real quick. Because this picture also had like thick black lines. I might have tucked it away somewhere. Double check. File folder of all work in progresses I abandoned. I'm terrible about that. I used to finish them from start to finish, but I swear I have the attention span of a goldfish. No, I don't see it. Anyway, but you could always cover them with black line or with a gel pen, like if you're doing a leaf. Like, go ahead and color your leaf and then outline the black lines in gel pen, and it makes them not stand out quite as much. Yeah, Posca, there you go. Okay. How do you re-download? Oh, you're talking about that, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to use Green Mermaid. And another light layer here. Yeah, for sure. You could always like try and scan it in too and just lighten the picture. But sometimes when you get those thick lines of hearts, I feel like we need another green here for a good transition. Let's grab Jungle Light real quick. If I can find it. Is this it? Nope, that's avocado. Oh, that's golf course. I'm going the wrong direction. Here we go. Jungle Light, here we go. I haven't used this one actually. We're gonna go and give it a quick sharpen. And the nice thing is because you're doing red and green, it's sort of contrasting itself, so you really don't need another shadow color. If you really wanted to, though, you could add like a brown. All right, so Jungle Light number 540. Okay. Oh yeah, this is good. I like this. Okay. All right. And then let's go ahead and grab Royal Purple. When you get time later, I sent you my Stargazer Lily with Posca in. Oh, sounds good, Iselina. Yeah, and Iselina, if I never respond to you, like, or not never, but if I take a while to respond to you on Messenger, it's only because I don't use the Facebook app on my phone. So when I check Messenger, it's only on the computer, and I'm not on Facebook too often. So if I generally don't respond, probably a faster way to get in touch with me is Instagram, if you're just sending me a picture, or Discord too, but Instagram's probably the fastest because I do have that app on my phone. Okay, so that was Royal Purple. Now we're gonna go ahead and Sassy Pink. Yeah, well, generally it's kind of yeah, I'm definitely more on Insta. I just don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you by any means. I just don't always check Facebook. Yeah, generally, like, it's hard to blend these two colors, but if you take your time, build up the layers, you can usually get a nice kind of combo with it. And we're going to be using white to blend over this as well. All right, so that's the Sassy Pink. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Bloomin' Bouquet. Okay, we're actually going to take this Bloomin' Bouquet and kind of go over. I'm not pressing too hard because I feel like the lead would snap if I would, because it's such a long... Oh no, I went outside the line. I mean, not that you can't go outside the line, but... Oof, that's probably noisy. I'm going to be mounting the mic differently, so hopefully you guys won't hear as many desk sounds, but I'm waiting for something to come in the mail for that. Okay, 268. There we go. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and grab our white. Where is it? Daniela, thank you. Look at that happy little celebrating lemon. Thank you, Daniela. Can we get some hypes in chat for Daniela? One sec, sharpening the pencil, sharpening. Thank you so much, Daniela. Here, we're gonna get some hypes in chat here. Thank you so much, Daniela. You are so sweet. There we go. Oh wait, what did you say up there? I said, I have a Faber-Castell eraser with brush. Oh, nice. Thank you so much, Daniela. That is so sweet. All right, so now we're gonna take the white and we're gonna start on the lightest part. I'm not starting on the green part because I don't want to drag it in. Which reminds me, Sherry, you asked me a question in somebody's chat the other day. I asked you a question back, but the chat was flying, so I think we just missed each other. You were asking about zigzagging your, like, blending with your white. I wasn't sure if you meant side to side or up and down. First of all, it has to do with the kind of space that you're coloring. Second of all, zigzag isn't generally a great idea, because imagine if I went like this, I'd be dragging that green down into the lighter colors. Same thing if I went side to side, I'd be dragging that greenness. So you don't want to like pull in the light, pull in the dark, pull in the light, pull in the dark. What you want to do, if you can, is do little circles and start at the lightest point. Okay, if you need to, mid-blend, wipe your lead so that you're not dragging those darker colors where you don't want them. So in general, I wouldn't recommend zigzag, but it also kind of has to do with what you're, you know, what kind of look you're going for. Thanks, Mary. So when I use the white, I usually will just wipe it off on my pant leg, if I'm perfectly honest, just because it's there. But yeah, I definitely wipe as I go along. But when I pull my hand away, that's what I'm doing, is I'm quickly just wiping the tip of the pencil so that I don't get the, you know, kind of cross-contaminate, get the darker color where I don't want it. Okay. All right, so we've got this white down now, and that kind of blended it together. We're gonna brush this away real quick. And now we can refine a few of the spots. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our tropical green again. Okay. I don't want to muddy it up too much, but I also want to make sure that that green and pink are both still fairly prominent. So I'm going to just lightly add that in. Now we're going to grab our mermaid or green mermaid here. And that was just the Prismacolor white that I used in case anybody was curious. Recommend that or the Caran d'Ache Luminance white. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and grab the Jungle Light, light green, and I'm going real light, chat, like real light. Hi, Tanya. Now, normally I would wait to do this, but I want to show it to you all here. Whoa, through the brush. Okay. See, is that in focus? I feel like there we go, that's better. Okay, so we have this little black center. I don't want to leave that just black. What we're actually going to do is, let's see, not that one. We're gonna grab this one. This is, I've been watching my Shapiras not only into, oh, I've been swatching, sorry, I forgot that S. I've been swatching my Shapiras not only into a book, but on those little tiny cards I've seen other streamers use. It's time consuming, but will be worth. Oh yeah, totally. Question, has anyone compared the Jelly Roll white pens to the Arteza white gel pens? Arteza has white gel pens? I haven't tried the white gel pens for Arteza Grun. This is the white gel pen, so either this one or this one are the two that I use. So this is the, let's see, it's Jelly Roll, but what's the brand? Oh, the Sakura. This is the Sakura Jelly Roll gel pen. This is the Pentel Milky Pop white gel pen, or which honestly I default to. I'll only use like the Milky Pop if I need a really like small line, but generally I will default to Posca if I can. Okay, so we're gonna use the Pentel Sparkle Pop gel pen here. And instead of that black section in the middle, I'm gonna add in that nice bright pink there. Okay, so let's zoom out just a tiny bit so you can kind of see how it looks. It should be a little bit darker. There we go, okay. What do we think? Let's do this bottom one here because I'm gonna show you. What's the difference between blending and burnishing? Well, it depends on how hard you push, not much. But if you're using something like white for blending, because like blending with just the pencils means that you are kind of merging the colors, so you're doing gradients so you don't have any harsh lines. But if I'm saying that I'm blending, what I'm helping to do is kind of soften these lines a little bit. But burnishing itself means that you're smoothing out the tooth of the paper. You can also burnish and blend at the same time, but if someone were to just say burnishing, then that tells me that they are using something to press down the remaining tooth of the paper. If someone says blending, then that means what I imagine they're doing something like what I just did with the white pencil. So it kind of depends on how it's used in the sentence, I suppose. Okay, so this leaf here is not only under this leaf, but it's under this flower. So this one is going to have a bit more heavier green on it, okay? And also, if you find that this, like, again, I use the white on it. If you find that it's a little too pale, feel free to just lightly add another layer of green on it so that the green pops a little bit more. Just keep in mind, you don't want to go too hard, otherwise you'll lose that blend between the green and the pink. Okay? Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna start with, this is the tropical green. Okay. So we're not gonna be doing the exact same kind of layout that we did before. And it looks like this branch is kind of up over it also. And again, if you're using the coloring book and not the artist edition, this might be a little bit smaller for you. So just, you know, adjust as needed. drink of water. I would say you can lay down more layers after blending, but not... Yes, Angie, that's perfect. Yes, exactly. Yes, it most definitely does, Sherry. Like when someone says they're burnishing, that's exactly what it means to me, is that they flattened out the tooth of the paper. All right, green mermaid now. You can see we're going with a little bit different pattern on how we're laying down the green here, and that's because there's so much overlapping it. This one's going to have more shadow on it than the other one would. Okay. Do you always burnish? Not always, Allie. It kind of just depends on the effect that I'm going for. I really like the way the colors came out on her face. And so you can see there's more to... I want to make sure I don't get that pink on there. Hold up. Do you see how you can still... It's not perfectly smooth. I mean, it looks smooth from far away, but do you still... You see how there's like that little bit of white in between the color? Let's see, can I get in any closer? Well, you can see it. Anyway, that is because I did not burnish this. I did not smooth it out. And that's because I'm very happy with the way her skin tone looks. And if I were to use the blender on it, this would brighten it up, and it may make her skin look a little bit more uneven. And if I were to use white on it, I would lose a lot of this darker browns that I added here. So I am leaving this unburnished, unblended with the white or anything. I'm leaving it just how it is because honestly, I'm really pleased with how it came out and I don't want to mess it up. The hair, on the other hand, I did burnish a little bit, but that's because I couldn't help that with how many layers, and I went much heavier when I did her hair. So this is definitely much more burnished than her face actually is. Let's see, you know, it's awesome to be able to answer questions like that because I remember a time when I didn't know much anything. Oh, I know, isn't it great? That's why I love stopping to answer questions. It's one of my favorite parts about this. You know, I'm still looking at this and I'm not totally happy with it, this upper leaf. I want to take a little bit of this royal purple and create a little bit darker of an edge here. Just a little bit. And two, when I go back with something like this, I may make this a little bit like darker blue underneath now that I can, you know, see this leaf next to it. So just something to keep in mind. There's nothing that says you have to be done with the leaf when you say there's done. What are some of the Pablos you used for that skin? Allie, if you go back to Wednesday's stream, I did the first layer. I want to say, well, I wrote down the pencils I was using on her hair. Let me zoom out a little bit. Like for me, I wrote these down for myself so I can go back to them, but they're not in the order that I used them. If I remember correctly, it was, let's see. I can't even read my own handwriting. What does that say? Oh, that's Granite Rose. Okay, so yeah, I think Granite Rose, no. What did I use? Okay, well, you can screenshot it. These are the names that I used on there, but I would go back and look at the stream because I don't remember what order I did them in. I know what they are if I look at them. I know, right? I'm realizing that's it. Because like I said, I wrote this note for me, and it was when I was cleaning up the pencils to finish the chart. I know I used salmon. Like I said, these are all the ones that I used. I just don't remember the order that I used them in. Pretty sure I used cream. I want to say Granite Rose. Salmon. Rose. No, I think Rose Pink was what I used on her lips. Oh well, just screenshot this and then match them up with the stream on Wednesday because I obviously can't remember. Was that all on the skin, or is that hair too? This is hair too. Like this was just a note for myself. And these are all the pencils that I used for this. So that includes the hair, the eyes, the lips, all of that. So if you want, you can screenshot this, and these are all the pencils that I used for that. Like I said, they're not in order whatsoever. I had them in a pile and I just wrote them down quickly because this was for my own reference. Like I said, I can tell what I used like when I go back and look at the pile of pencils because I recognize the colors next to them. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not more help than that. I didn't put them in order for the hair. But I know for, like, Because I used like teal and stuff on the hair here too. I'm gonna duck out early tonight. I'm getting migraine, need thoughts and prayers. Oh, okay, Angela, rest up. Lots of water. So, like, on her hair, you can see I used, like, I used a darker teal. I used a lighter teal. I used the really light pink. I used a different pink, like, right here. I used purple. So, I used a range of colors. And I think I used a red. What was it? It was maybe dark carmine on some of the shadowy areas. And then I used the same like teal and blue and I think bluish pale and maybe a little bit of cream on her eyes. And then, you know, I used some redder colors on her lips. But these are all of them here. Anyway, like I said, I wrote them down just like quickly for my own reference. Like it's the same thing here. I wrote down these for this one. I don't think I wrote down the ones for the teapot I was working on because I have them all. Look at that. That cream just wanted to run. It didn't get dropped. Nope. Nope. Anyway, these are all of them here. Okay. Yeah, skin is hard for sure. I just did lots of slow light layers with her skin, but I was very pleased how it turned out, so I didn't want to burnish it and change it up. All right. I don't know what you're talking about, Ashley. I have no idea what you're talking about. Not a clue. Okay, Jungle Light. See, you can't call the pencil police on me because I got dirt on Mary. If you call the pencil police, I'm gonna have to tell Lozzie about the Keurig incident. I'm kidding. Love you, Mary. Mary's my teapot tester. Whenever I make a new teapot, I send it to her. All right. That's that. You can see just how different it looks, too, after you use the white. Emily, you can! Oh, yeah, this isn't a book, Melissa. This is Rachel Reinert. Sorry, I'm seeing this and I want to like add more to it. This is from Rachel Reinert's Botanical Wonderland, and you can the links are in the description below, or you can type in !point botanical art for the artist edition, or !point botanical for the regular book. Thanks, Angie. All right, now Royal Purple. Going real slow, but we're kind of overlapping everything. Mary, you better believe you inspired me to, while I was getting ready for tonight, I flicked on the Downton Abbey music on Amazon. I put that very first song that's basically the opening theme on repeat. I think I listened to it like 20 times before stream started. Oh, thanks, Michelle. You know, the funny thing is I thought, like, I went to school for art. I didn't finish. I didn't, you know, get my degree or anything because I realized how much I disliked school. But I thought for the longest time that I wanted to be an art teacher. But I don't know. Kids are mean. I don't think I could teach kids. So this right here, what I'm doing, this is perfect for me. This is, I enjoy this pretty significantly. Like, Steve. Coloring Blue Bunny Batman. Oh, nice. Right, Mary? Me too. All right. Been sleeping with Downtown background. Nice. Sassy Pink. I'm still working on Wentworth. I'm on the last season that's available on Netflix, though. So I'm slowly working my way through there. Really, Sherry? Why? Well, I mean, I get that. I get that, though. I mean, it's also, like I said, I think I've mentioned it before. I'm always, like, nervous that I won't be able to fill the, I guess, fill the time, find things to talk about. But I think we all know how much I enjoy talking, and so it just sort of comes naturally. Teach the music and just don't let them see you sweat. There you go. Really, Shara? Interesting. Well, but then that also means I'd have to go back to school, and I don't like school. It would be fine if, Reason Bloom Bouquet, it would be fine if I could just go to school and only take art classes, but it's all the other stuff you gotta take. I don't like it. No, that's fair, Sherry. When I first started, there was a lot of technical issues that came out, and I still, like, I will rewatch my streams to see, like, what it is I want to change. Like, I'm pretty happy with my sound now, but I realized last stream that a lot of, like, anytime I move a book or make any kind of noise on my desk, it's reverberating with my mic because I have it resting on the desk, and so I'm planning on lifting the mic up off the desk, and changing that a little bit, so hopefully I won't get any more of that. But coloring page of the woman Emily, I remember you said it's from someone's Etsy shop. Oh yes, oh sorry Melissa, yes, this one here is from Christine Karen. So type in !Karen, Karron, and you can find it there. What are your feelings on Rita Berman? I know her name, I know that she does stuff. I cannot see it in my head right now, but I'm sure I would recognize it when I did it, or when I see it. I'm trying to think. What did she do? She didn't do the. Did she do fairies? I feel like it's not fair. Is it? Let me see. Let me look up Rita Berman real quick, because that's gonna bother me actually. Rita Berman. Let's see. Coloring books. There we go. Rita Berman coloring books. Just looking at the cover from a page on Google, I don't know that I would like her stuff so much because she has a lot of really thick lines. It looks like she draws them and then does them in Illustrator, because there's a certain look to lines that get, oh, what's the word? There's a word for it that you do in Illustrator. And yeah, the lines look a little thick to me. I mean, is it different inside her books? Maybe that's just the cover. But it doesn't look... let's see a page on the inside here. Yeah, she's got... some of her lines are way too thick. Now, there's a picture of vegetables here, but I don't think that's something that I would enjoy, if I'm being perfectly honest. But that's just because I really don't like super thick lines. Oh, Joanna. Yeah, I like her pictures are nice, but it's kind of like I would want to redraw them to make thinner lines, if that makes sense. I just don't like super thick lines. Like, I really like the Great British Bake Off book, but the guy that illustrates it, what's his name? I'm trying to think. It is Tom Harvey. He's really good, and his brother is super talented too. But I've seen him do videos, and he draws his illustrations with the smallest Posca pen, which is super thick, and it ends up being super thick lines. So what I do when I color his pages is I actually redraw them for myself on my iPad with thinner lines. I just don't like thick lines. I think it kind of distracts a little bit, but that's my own personal opinion. I'm not saying, you know, that's for everybody, but oh, there you go. See, that works. That works, Sherry. Hi, Tammy. But yeah, that's just my own personal opinion and my own personal preference. Not everybody feels that way. I just don't like thick lines. That's all. Sorry, I'm using Tropical Green right now. I mean, if a Rita Berman book was sitting on my bookshelf, I might like do a one-off just for the sake of doing it, but there are other books that I would grab before hers. Not just saying that because I really like the Johanna Basford books, but just in general. All right, and then Royal Purple. And that would be the only reason, is the thick lines. I like her drawings and I like her concepts just from what I saw just a little bit ago. But yeah, I think the thick lines would bother me. I didn't move that up, sorry. Okay, Sassy Pink. Now, I want this one to be a little bit darker. I know we've added white on it already, but I'm gonna try something here. Is the chat on the screen thing over? What do you mean, Joanna? All right, Bloom and Bouquet. Only I would say yes to meetings on a Saturday, missing all streams. Oh no, Tammy. All right, a little bit here. Using the Bloom and Bouquet on kind of all of that here. I feel like I kind of want to go over it on here as well. A lot of that darker of the royal purple is sort of faded on here after we added that white. So I do tend to go back and forth based on how I'm feeling about the leaves. There's nothing that says you have to leave a leaf alone the moment you get it done. You know what I mean? Okay, so I want to grab my Caran d'Ache now. First of all, I want to kind of blend in what I just added. Now I want to take this to here. Now I started with the green, so I'm going to wipe off the tip before I go here. Okay. Now I also want to take the Green Mermaid. I want to do a little bit on the edge here. Just trust me. Here, so that same. Okay. And we're gonna take a little bit, let's see. Peeps can appreciate art without loving everything. They're colored to love thick lines. Exactly, Shara. That's exactly it. I mean, because I know, and I've had people tell me, I'm using Jungle Light. I mean, I've had people tell me that they, you know, Johanna's stuff, they don't necessarily like it. You know, maybe they don't like as many florals or details. And that's one of the good things, the nice things about having so many different illustrators out there is just because you have a wide selection. I mean, it's the same thing with my stuff. I know my stuff is not everybody's cup of tea. And, you know, that's just the way it is. It's kind of like when you stream, too, you get those thumbs down. It's just like, you just don't. You don't let it worry you. You know, you can't please everyone. It's literally impossible. So you do what makes you happy for as long as it makes you happy, you know? Okay. I want to add a little bit of the royal purple here. Nice. And a dark shadowy color here. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab this one. Exactly. Oh, I'm so glad, Marilyn. See, and then I enjoy those that do enjoy it, and you know, otherwise. Some books that I was like, what's that thing? See, like Kirby Roseanne's pictures, I love them and I think they're fantastic, but I gotta admit I'm intimidated by most of them, so a lot of times I won't grab for his stuff. I have a hard time I don't think I've ever finished a Kirby Roseanne's page. I've started it thinking all gung-ho like, woo, Kirby Roseanne, and then I get through it and I'm like, oh god, Kirby Roseanne. Okay, I want to grab indigo real quick because I want to fix something on this blue flower now that we have these leaves done. Yeah, well, my thing, like, and I recognize what it is for me with Kirby is that he just doesn't have a lot of, he has a lot of open-ended shapes, and that's hard for me to process sometimes, just because I like to know where a shape begins and ends. And I think it's one of the reasons I really love Johanna's is just because it's just very much, this is a flower, this is a leaf. Not, I think this is a wrinkle on a dinosaur face, I'm not sure. Oh, nice, Sherry. I would likely never color World Within Worlds. It's too much for me, but they're nice to look at. Yeah, exactly, Marilyn. Now, I have it, and I did start it. Like, I started the turtle page, and, like, I'd like to go back to it at some point, but I colored the parts I was excited about, and then just didn't want to color anymore. You know? There's 2 Kirby pages. I've yet to finish a double. It's so many doodles. It's, yes, exactly, exactly. Like I said, his stuff is gorgeous, and I love it, but I just have the hardest time finishing a page of his. I used to be able to, like, really was in for the long haul when it came to pages, man. Like, I did the 4-page spread in Lost Ocean. I don't think I would ever do that these days. Like, absolutely could not. Okay, let's see. What time is it? 9:26. All right. How are we feeling about these leaves, huh? And my next question, now that we've done a couple of leaves, do you want to move on to something else so that we can keep rolling? I'm thinking we'll move on because honestly, once you've done one leaf, you've done them all. It's the same basic idea. So what we could do is we could move on to some of these or even this here. Hi, Steve. Chat.
Hi, chat.
Steve brought me chocolate. It's not just chocolate, it's ice cream. It's ice cream. Right? See? An ice cream chocolate bar. It's like a mini one. It's like the size of a small Snickers, so you can finish it quickly. Want to do the coral? Okay. I'm gonna eat this ice cream before it melts. Yeah, there's a reason I have a whole sorry, cold ice cream in my teeth. Yeah, I have a whole file folder here full of work in progresses, and I sit there looking at them all guiltily, knowing I should finish them. Wait on your baby. Shara, you gotta elaborate for me. What do you mean your baby? Is it a grandbaby? Is it a pet? Is it a box of pencils? Oh my gosh, Allie, yes! Especially when I've posted on Instagram, because you know, sometimes I'll color things specifically for you guys, and then I never finish it. Oh my gosh, I feel so terrible. Night, Mary! Thanks for hanging out! Like, I started this one. Yeah, it's a watercolor. I'm gonna grab my folder real quick. There goes that binder. Okay, so like, let's grab first one I see here. Oh, that's a picture my kids did. See, my kids can finish a picture. I'm apparently incapable. Where is it? Hang on. Can't even find it. So maybe it doesn't matter. Ah, here it is. I started this one on watercolors ages ago. And I was excited about doing her dress and him, like I was doing watercolor, but I never finished the background. Like I got my base colors laid down and I never finished them. Okay, sounds good, Shara. I'll probably check it after stream though. And then like, what else? I got all these pictures in here. And it's not just work in progresses too. It's pictures that I printed out with full intention of coloring. And I just haven't. Those were from Johanna's book, Flourish. Let's see, what else? Oh, this is one of mine. This is one of mine. But I forgot what pencils I was using. I think if I could, I want to say I was using Ergosoft. I feel like this would be really pretty if I could finish it. Oh, baby doll. Oh, that's right. I saw that. I saw that, Shara. The one that Tanya showed on stream. Oh, nice, Deborah. Let's see. Oh, actually, I have a bunch of, like, finished ones. Oh, and then I have that, I have this folder full of work in progresses I need to get done. So, like, this was one of the ones that I redrew from Great British Baking Show. Still need to finish this dragon one. I started this with the Arteza art markers. Let's see, what's this other one? Oh yeah, this one here. This is from Hannah Carlson. I feel like they could all look really cool when they're done. I just need to finish them. I started this one, I think, briefly on stream. I forget which pencils. We were testing out something. I don't remember what though. Anyway, so I have like all these half-done pictures. So there's that. So if you have a pile of work in progresses and you feel guilty about them, you're in good company. No worries. The one with the couple, right? Yeah, I started that one. I just never. I have enough undone and half done stuff to fill several books. Yep. I totally just like lose it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the coral. The question is, color do we want to do the coral? Like, I feel like I want to do a coral color, like a pink almost, but that's going to make the picture really warm. We could do another blend, kind of like we did this one, and do cool and warm. I actually haven't thought too much about what I wanted to do this. Let's do... Ooh, I just thought of something pretty we could do. Orange? Yeah, but we have orange flowers. No, we're going to do a primary color one where we're going to do pink, cream, and blue. You know, you do the stuff you like and just say, screw the rest, I just can't. Right? Sure, that's exactly what it is. No whipped cream here. I hardly ever finish a page. The process gives me joy, not the completion. See, and that's the thing, though, is that it makes me so happy to see something finished, especially when I know it could be really cool. Oh, I've got one here that I honestly would love to see finished. I actually do want to show you this one because I think that it could have ended up being so cool, but the way I was doing it ended up being so tedious that I just couldn't finish it. And so it is right here. I feel like this would be so pretty, but I couldn't bring myself to finish it. So what the idea was, I used Posca on the background, and then I used all of the grays from Prismacolor. So you have your warm gray, cool gray, and French gray. And so the idea is I was going to do this one all monochromatic. Pink, green, blue, you're wild. I know, I'm living on the edge. I love this one, and I think it could be absolutely gorgeous, which is why I leave it within arm's reach, because I do want to finish it. Like, part of me really wants to see it done. But I don't know. It was just too tedious, the idea of doing all of this in just like one color. I mean, I guess it's not just one color, it's all grays, but yeah, I think this would be absolutely beautiful. Right, Allie? I know, and it looks so pretty. But yeah. Smaller to limit the tedium, yeah. So someday, I don't even know how many work in progress I have. It's like they're all so pretty and they have such potential, but I just never come back to them. Okay, oh, Angie, it's fantastic because you get a nice matte color to it. You get a really nice, I mean, you can see even with the light shining, like here, even if I bring this light like super close, you don't get that much of a glare. You get a really nice kind of matte finish. And it didn't really soak through, but it definitely curled the page just slightly. I would probably, if you want things for finer details, get, this is the smallest one. And this is the 0.7 millimeter one. There we go. Get it in focus. There we go. Do I do 2 coats of black Posca? I wouldn't say 2. There you go. Trim it to 5x7 and it's done. I could do that. I could also just take a picture of this and then like cut it in Photoshop, you know, and just make it black and pretend like the rest of this doesn't exist. In the larger spaces, no, I think I did 1 layer and then maybe I went over and like filled in spots that maybe were a little bare. But for the most part, I think I just did 1 layer. If you look really closely though, let me lighten this up because I'm going to show this. That way you're fully informed. Okay, I don't know if you can see here, but do you see this little like almost line here? So it's not perfectly even when you look at it up close, but when you look at it from far away, sounds good, Melissa. Does those backgrounds of black acrylic paint? Oh, I'm sure she would, but, or I'm sure you could, but I liked the idea of using a pen and not a brush. Yeah, so it's not perfectly even close up, but when you take a picture from far away, it doesn't really matter. You can't see it. Especially and this is a bit of a pro tip, if you are taking it on your phone and you have the ability to edit it slightly, on something like this, up your contrast just slightly, not too slightly because it'll blow out these highlights and make it so you can't see any of the other gray. But if you blow up, or not blow, if you up the contrast just slightly, what that does is it makes your blacks blacker. It makes your blacks blacker, but your whites whiter. So keep that in mind. It's a real kind of touch and go there, but yeah, something to keep in mind. Yes, exactly, Angie, exactly. Yeah, so really it just depends, you know, sometimes the picture looks nicer, or the picture of the picture looks nicer than the actual picture, if that makes sense. Little behind the scenes photography tips for your pictures. Like, I know a lot of people ask how I get, like, my pictures to look as nice as I do, like on Instagram. But the fact of the matter is, I take the picture with my nice camera, like this one, and then I pull it into Photoshop, I crop it how I want, and then I will, like, if I've got, you know, like, because when I take pictures, my pictures are always brighter up here and darker down here. And so what you can do then is use what's called the dodge tool, and I avoid the color of the picture and I brighten my whites down here because I feel like it gives me a really nice kind of clean look. If you can take your picture outside, that also helps, because one of the risks of taking it indoors is uneven lighting and glare. So like, for instance, if I were to have this too close, okay, so like I've got this light really close. Do you see how this is just way too light and this is darker? Sounds good, Aslina, rest up. And the same thing if you have gel pens. If you have a glare, that's gonna blow out your gel pen also. Same thing with shadows. If your light is too close, you're gonna get shadow across it. So it has a lot to do with how you position your light. That's gonna have a lot to do with it. If you've got even light, if you've got, you know, indoors, outdoors, lots of shadow, that kind of thing. Things to take into account when you are photographing your picture. So for me, I used to photograph outside before I got my light set up here at the desk, but now I've got 3 lights, one on either side and one on the top. But consequently, that leaves a little bit of shadow on the bottom. And that's when I pull this into Photoshop and I just lighten the bottom. Because I can see my picture here right in front of me. I can see my picture, but, and so I can see what the color should be. So then I make adjustments so that you guys can get the most realistic or, you know, most accurate color representation when I post it on Instagram. Which is why sometimes when you guys see it here and then I post it, the colors maybe look a little bit more or a little bit less. That's because what you see here isn't as clear as what I can see here in front of me. There's like, for me, I can look on my computer and I can see that it looks lighter than what it really is, and there's like a slight haze. I mean, things are never going to be as clear as when you see in real life. Yeah, Belinda, so I've tried that, and there are 2 reasons why I don't do that. Number 1, sometimes it's an obscure sized page and it doesn't fit completely on the scanner. Number 2, I found that it picks up, when you scan, it picks up too many details that I don't like. Like if I've got something like this smudge here, it just seems to stand out that much more. And I find that it almost makes it too crisp when it scans in. So I find that when I photograph it instead of scan it, it softens things a little bit so that if I do have some smudges on the outside, it doesn't necessarily pop up. I find that the scanner is a lot less forgiving than a picture is. But for those of you that don't have access to Photoshop in the sense to lighten certain areas, scanning can also be a good option. I suppose I have a certain, I've grown to have a certain aesthetic that there's a way that I like my pictures to look, and I can't get that with the scanner. It's too frustrating. But basically my goal when I post this is to make it look as accurate to real life as possible. When I scan watercolor paper, the paper always has a blue or green tint. Yeah. Ah, sounds good, Loretta. All right, let's pick out our colors here for the coral, all right? So I want, let's see. Let's grab cerulean. Cerulean, hang on. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I probably spend too much time getting my picture to look the way that I want it to than a sane person probably would. But that's just my own neuroses. I wouldn't say anybody else needs to do it the way I do it, because the way I do it works for me, and I'd hate to put anyone else through my craziness. Okay, so we have blue, light blue, a cream, And now we want to get a real light. We're going to grab Blooming Bouquet again. Okay. And then let's not do it a cool pink. Let's do a warm pink. So let's grab, let's see, how dark is that? Let's grab fuchsia pink. No, let's grab rose. We'll grab rose. Yes, Shapir Farben. Yes, we decided to do these ones because a lot of people were able to get them on a deal for what was it? Prime Day. Prime Day. Yeah, the surface roughness, definitely. That's a big reason why I don't do Scanner. Because I started Scanner at first, but I was not pleased with the results. I will say, since this lens I'm using doesn't autofocus anymore, it makes it a lot more difficult to photograph the pages, but I don't know. I like the nice, clean, crisp look. An easier name to pronounce. Call them the SFs. The Safus. The Safusafus. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. This is gonna be more like seaweedy kind of stuff. So we're just gonna start here, okay? So we're gonna start with cerulean. Let's see, that is the seaweed there. We'll definitely do green for the seaweed. I think that will be okay to balance it with what we're doing here. Okay, so if you're doing it in the book, these circles are probably smaller, so feel free to use gel pen for those. Let's see, I moved that, now I've got this shadow here. My friend came in off the road, so grabbed me and off we went to get some foods. I'm stuffed, had McD's caramel frappe on the way home. Nice! Okay. So I'm going to avoid the circles, but that's just because mine are big enough to actually color inside. If you are using the book and they are too small, then feel free to just use gel pen or something on them. But like I said, we're starting with cerulean. Okay, there's some behind the scenes tips, I suppose, on how I photograph my stuff. Bottom line, I'm super OCD when it comes to my pictures. I don't know, it's so frustrating to me sometimes that you can't see them in real life, so I want to get them as accurate to real life as possible, you know what I mean? Erosion in the same way. I heard so many people pronounce, so many ways I checked it to pronounce Jayatin? What? I'm not reading that, Groon. I know better. Jayatin? Jayatin? Is there, are you pronouncing that extra E there? Jayatin? Hi, Rosalind. Thanks. Right, Loretta? I get that. I feel like I'm still pronouncing it wrong. I mean, I always called it just Erosion. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna start with that section there. Erosion. Well, now wait a minute. Deborah says Irogiton, but Belinda's, I feel like I should pronounce it Erogiton. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Let's see. Does Google have it? Let's see. How to pronounce Erogiton. Okay. Let's see. Irogiton? Did you guys hear that? Oh, I don't like that. Irogiton? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Chat, I don't like it. It sounds weird. Iro-Jiden. There you go, Deborah. There you go. I wrote it in a bone. Iro-Jiden. Oh, I don't like it. Iro-Jiden. Iro-Jiden? I mean, I suppose it makes sense. Oh. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. It sounds weird. I am shook. Oh my gosh, I don't like it. A little bit. Like I got the Iro-Jiden growing between my toes. I don't know. That sounds weird. I don't like it. I'm going with Erosion. You know what? I'll just say I'm American and I can't pronounce Japanese words. Oh, it's a Native American word? Oh, how funny. It does. It does. Okay, let's see. Blue Lagoon. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I've just always said Erosion. That made sense to me. Well, now I'm beginning to question myself. Have I been pronouncing, like, all of my pencils wrong? And I say the Quran Da'ash. I feel like that's fairly accurate. Because it's got the apostrophe in it, so I feel like you need that kind of halt. Quran Da'ash. You know? I always kind of flounder back and forth between luminance and luminance. I feel a little pretentious when I say luminance. But I don't know. Tombow pencils. I like it. I like it. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and go with... Actually, we're going to start on the other side now. Shapira Farben. Yeah, Shapira Farben. Okay, Rose. We're going to start with Rose. Yeah, the Tombows. Caran d'Ache. I don't know. I say fancy pencils. Caran d'Ache. Well, now... Okay, if they had the Iro-Jiden, maybe they have the Caran d'Ache. Okay, how to say Caran d'Ache. Oh, guys are right. Here are 4 tips that should help you say your help you perfect your pronunciation. Okay. No, don't play that. Colors are chosen. Okay. Break Caran d'Ache down into sounds. Car-un-dash. Say it out loud and exaggerate the sounds until you consistently produce them. Record yourself saying car-un-dash in full sentences. Oh my gosh, that's hard. I don't like that either. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't want to play anymore. Yeah. Caran d'Ache. Caran d'Ache. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm thrown. I'm thrown. I don't think I can do this. I don't think can I just call them all pencils? They're just all the pencils. There's the too expensive pencils that blend nicely. There's the blend nicely pencils that like to break a lot. There's the impossible to pronounce Japanese pencils that are too hard anyway, so I don't use them. There's the on sale on Prime Day pencils, which are these ones. So that's just what I'm gonna do from now on. They don't get names anymore. They just get categories. Caran d'Ache, new pencils, back in stock at Jackson's UK. Oh my gosh. I've been pronouncing it wrong and all pretentious sounding. I don't want to be pretentious. My world has been turned upside down. Here I am thinking I can pronounce, but I think if we've established anything, it's that I can't pronounce words. Words are hard. Hi, Steve. All right, so Bloom and Bouquet. Steve's a whistling. Paris Macular? Paris Macular? Don't do that to me, Deborah! Oh my gosh. Paris Macular.
It would be synced. Copyright.
I appreciate that. Paris Macular. We're gonna use the Paris Macular pencils. My gosh, I feel like I want to write that down, and that's what I'm going to call them from now on until we get somebody new in chat, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, they're the Prismacolor pencils. Didn't you know? That's how you pronounce it. And then we're just going to start this trend, and everybody's going to be saying Prismacolor.
Prismacolor.
Prismacolor. Nah, I'm thinking Prismacolor. They sound French. We do need a... Yes, we do. We need a... We need a words are hard. Prismacolor. Pine green! Is it okay, Emily, if I use that phrase sometimes in my videos? It's so... Oh, of course!
What about Luminancy?
It's not mine. Luminancy? Alright, we could do the K-Randash Luminancy. K-Randash Luminancy. Pine green! Sounds like an alcoholic drink, right?
What about Faber-Castells?
Faber-Castells. Oh, yeah, Ali says... Faber-Castell, but I say Faber. Oh, but you say, yeah, I say Faber-Castell. Oh my gosh. Although Faber would make more sense since they're German pencils.
What kind of pencils?
Oh gosh, I don't know. There's too many. Well, apparently I've been pronouncing Erogeton completely wrong.
Erogeton? Yeah,
it's Iro. What was it? Irogeton? I don't remember now. It's my whole head is confused. I'm so confused. Yes. Here we go. Hold up. Hold up. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
What about Ertazé?
Ertazé. No!
These Ertazé pencils.
Okay. Words. Oh my god, I can't even type words.
What if you combine pencils together? What if you did like Sperper Faber?
I'm gonna be so confused by the end of this.
Sperper Farbencastel.
Okay, type in exclamation point words.
Sperper?
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 The Sperpers? We're gonna use the Sperpers.
What else
Room Gym 10. Oh my gosh. Paul Romos. I like it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so confused by the time we're done with this.
Where's your swatch list? I could do this all night.
Oh lord. Now that we've created a monster. Did I do it? Did I submit it? Why isn't it coming up? There it is. Words are hard! And I put it all in caps and exclamation points because it's usually by the time, it's how I'm feeling by the time we need something like that. Words are hard!
What about Stay Edler?
Now, come on. Don't you be doing that to my Stedlers.
Stay Edler. Don't
say Stay Edler. I'm gonna be so confused by the time this night is over. I feel like we need a little bit of green right there.
Stay Edler.
I live in Michigan. Well, wait a minute. Isn't that how you say it? Michigan? Michigan. Oh, that's Michigan. That's how she was saying it. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Have I been saying Michigan wrong? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Okay, I want to get a really light green. Let's grab lemon green. Is it? No, that's apple green. I do want apple green. What? Oh, do I want lemon green? Or do I want pickle? Pickle! Or what if pickle was pronounced pickle? Polychromos. Polychromos! Chaperrier Fairbins. Oh my gosh. The fun part is just trying to get me to figure these out. Okay, so we have pickle and point shoe. Point shoe, yes. Well, and I think we have to take into account too. Belinda. I was gonna say, I think we have to take into account regions too, because words aren't gonna be pronounced the same way in some countries than they are in other countries, you know? All right, we're using pickle. Pickle. Oh my gosh. Polychromos. There you go. Spurs aren't that hard. If they got to, like the Albrecht Dürers. Albrecht Dürers. Those are, I feel like my teeth hurt when I try and say those. Albrecht Dürers. Here we go. We've got, this is turning into rainbow coral. I like it though. I like it. We say them words all proper. Okay, but now, see, I want to say, is it Bogan? Bogan? I don't know. Jim Gaffigan is a bit about Ireland, pronouncing Billy Joel, Billy Joel. Blake Wienewees. Oh my gosh. Alright, Point Shoe. So, Belinda, like I said, I've been watching Wentworth lately, which is, you know, as we all know, it's based in Australia. And there wasn't any particular telling part of the show going on or anything. And Steve walked in, and it was just two characters just talking to each other, not about anything in particular. And he's like, "Oh, is Belinda streaming?" And I'm like, "No, I'm watching Wentworth." Bogan. Okay, Bogan. Like bogus? Bogus? But yeah, he thought that you were streaming because I was watching Wentworth. Alright, let's see. Rose. Bogon. Oh my gosh, words are so hard. Words are so hard. But I'm picking up on a lot more, like, Australian-isms, like, phrases and stuff. Like, it's funny because they, like, referred to breakfast as brekkie there and bickies. So I was like, oh, brekkie and bicky, I know what they're talking about! But so, at one point, they brought up Tim Tams. I'm like, oh, Tim Tams! I like Tim Tams! It made me very happy. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even in frame. Sorry! Sorry. Yes, sook. Yeah, Linda had that whole conversation about sook. I don't remember what it means, but, you know, it's there. Right, I zoomed out so we can kind of see the whole thing as I'm working on it. Wait, a sook. Okay, that was like what was, did that mean like a softie? Is that what it was? It's like we have this whole Australian secret code. It is! It is! I'm glad, Angie. I hope a crybaby. That's what it is. See, I'm hoping I'm not offending anyone. I'm just fully and completely ignorant on phrases from other countries. Like, what is there's a character. Her name's Boomer, and she's like just kind of, you know, she likes to beat people up. You know, it's a prison show, whatever. But what does she say? She goes, "What's the word?" Just mention the AFL and you'll be fully Aussie. Sports are beyond me. Tsukilala, yeah. What is it when she says, like, it was a term for like going crazy on someone. Oh, I'm seeing lots of go Tigers, go Cats. Oh, I'm sensing some rivalry in the chat. Now I'm forgetting what it is, but she used a term for like where she went, you know, just kind of nuts on someone, and I'm trying to remember. I want to say it started with a B? I don't remember. Okay, Rose. I'm enjoying it though. I'm near the end. I'm near the end. I think I'm like have one season left. Okay, Bloomin' Bouquet. I'm just kind of switching back and forth in different spots. No, not berserk. It was a different term for it. I forget what it was. Because berserk is something we say here. Bonza. I'm not sure. They'll say it in the show and I'll recognize it. Ballistic, no. Bonza. Okay, yeah, that might have been it. That might have been it. But yeah. There's just all these little Aussieisms I'm picking up on. That I only know, like, things that they talk about I only know because we've talked about them in Belinda's chat. Alright, then Blue Lagoon. I don't know, we had a whole thing in the movies and TV Discord today, and we were laying out some rather attractive gifts of some couple of Aussie brothers in there. So if you want to look at some nice gifts, they're in there. Thanks, Rosalind. Oh, Bonza means good. Okay. Yeah, I gotta rewatch it now and then remember what it is. Yeah, man, the Hemsworth brothers, they are something else. It's a family with good genes right there. All right. Point shoe. Orange here. Yep, this is totally ending up rainbow coral. I'm cool with it though. You guys know me. I like color. More color, the better. Okay, let's grab that. What is it? No worries, Angie. Yeah, we pretty much just like went nuts with the gifts on there. Oh, nice, Daniela. So wait, has he actually worked on Thor's hammer? Okay, wheat, because that is beyond cool. We need to add some blue on that side over there. We need to add in some of that green also. Well, I mean, they've played out a lot of the storylines. It's tough to say. White shoe. I mean, I do wish that that Black Widow would have gotten more of a memorial. Not that she needs one, because I don't want to do any spoilers. Never mind. Backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. Because I don't know who has or hasn't seen it. Sorry if I spoiled it. La 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 la. Oh, that's cool. Okay, and we're gonna grab wheat again. Ah, okay, well then there's nothing that you need to worry about. I'll just, you know, be good. Scene what? The last Avengers, well, I guess it's not the very, well, yeah, last Avengers movie. It was the, what's it called? Rosalind, thank you. Oh, look at the little pears, that's cool. Can we get some hypes in chat for Rosalind? And exclamation point hype. Thank you, Rosalind. You're so sweet. No, I wouldn't get in trouble. I can't remember it, Sherry. my brain is not as good. What is the last Avengers movie? There's Endgame? Is it Avengers Endgame? Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I think it's Avengers Endgame is what it is. Okay, so years ago, we had a bad tornado here, and he said Loki was handing out donuts while they were all hunkered down. That's hilarious. Oh, I like Loki. Probably the funniest Avengers movie, I think. Well, I guess it wasn't even Avengers, it was like Marvel, but you know, it was part of it. Ragnarok. I thought Ragnarok was hilarious. It had some really well-timed jokes. I laughed so hard the first time I saw that. So I like the epicness of Endgame because you have so many heroes all together. But I think Ragnarok was probably the funniest. I will say that when I went to go see, I'm using white, by the way. Oh, how funny. When I went to go see, what was the, obviously not Endgame, but what was the one right before it? When I went to go see that, like, and I'm sure absolutely everybody did too. You know, after I left the theater, I was like, what? Like, I was just blown away. I was like, there has to be, you know, something better that's going to go on here, which obviously we know, you know, how it went if you've seen it, but, yeah. I don't know, I really like the Marvel movies, but yeah, Ragnarok was probably the funniest. They just had a lot of really, really well-timed jokes. Aw, thanks, Aspie. Infinity Wars. Thank you, Ev. Thank you. Not think of it. I'm telling you, my brain is... I had coffee. You'd think my brain would be quicker, but it's just not. Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, I really like a lot of color on my pages. So what do we go with? Rainbow coral. We do all the colors. Yeah, Sherry. Well, your nephew's name is Loki? Oh, that's so cute. Okay, let's continue working our way up here. Or, no, let's work on the side. We're gonna turn this just a little bit. Do I want to turn it? Yeah, we're gonna turn it. Nice, Ev. Ev, which one's your favorite? There's already dust under there. Okay. Thankfully, they've got most of the Marvel movies. Oh, you know what? I wanted to add blue here before I forget. They've got most of the Marvel movies streaming. The only one that I haven't been able to find streaming is any of the Hulk movies. So you have to purchase those ones. Yep, Deborah. And I think kind of what trained me into this was using the Ergosoft. Since there were only 36, you kind of have to use all of them. And I think that's what kind of got me into that. That's fair, Sherry. That's fair. All right, so we're going to use Rose now. And this is a smaller branch, so to speak, so I'm not doing a ton. I want to make sure we can try and fit in as many colors as possible here without muddying it up. Oh, I don't disagree, Deborah. I do not disagree in the slightest. I watched Aquaman, and when I was done, I had a dream about him. Not the kind of dream you'd think you'd have about Jason Momoa, but I had a dream that we were hanging out, and he let me borrow his truck, and like I crashed it or something, and he was really mad at me because I didn't, you know, I messed up his truck, and then and then he told me he didn't want to be friends with me anymore. And like in the dream, I was devastated, and I woke up and I was so sad because Jason Momoa didn't want to be friends with me anymore because I ruined his truck. It was so sad. That's fair, Ev. That's fair. Like, I'm sorry, Jason Momoa. I promise that if you're friends with me in real life, I won't ruin your truck. Right, Rosalind? Jason Momoa doesn't want to be friends with me because I ruined his truck. The funny thing is I had a subsequent dream, like, later that week. Like, I must have just been totally distraught about that dream. And in the dream, he took me to meet his family. But the house that we were in, it was like this really kind of dilapidated house. Like, I was like, dang, man, why does Jason Momoa's family live in such a cruddy house? You'd think he'd buy him a new house or something. And what had happened is he brought me there, and he, like, ditched me. Like, he's like, oh, I'm going to take you to meet my parents. And then he, like, turned around and left. And then, like, somehow, for some reason, we all went outside, and then the house collapsed. And we're like, well, what do we do now? And I'm like, where'd Jason go? Like, it was the weirdest dream. Like, you'd think a dream with Jason Momoa would be not like that at all. Like, you'd think, hey, that's a pretty good dream. Nope. Nope. I crashed his truck, and his house collapsed. These are the kinds of dreams I have. I'm clearly very concerned, right? Ask me, that's exactly what it is. I'm clearly very concerned about this friendship level that I supposedly need to have with Jason Momoa. Like, it's not even, you know, a sexy dream. Nope, it's I ruin his truck and he abandons me with his collapsing house and his family. These are the things I dream about. I don't remember my dreams very often, but that one just really stuck with me. So, you know, if for some reason I ever become rich and famous and Jason and I become friends and we watch this back, I'm just going to say it now. Jason, I'm sorry I wrecked your truck. Please don't abandon me with your family and their collapsing house. I was eating red bean and rice quesadilla with my favorite band. That's hilarious. It's always such like the most random things. Okay, I want to throw down the wheat. Right? It would be the weirdest dream ever. It's like, this is a great movie to watch while you're tripping on something because it doesn't make sense at all. I'm interested to know what kind of dream you would think you should have. Do I really need to say it out loud? Come on. If you're dreaming about Jason Momoa, we all know what kind of dream that should be. You know, I'm just gonna leave that out there and let you come to what conclusions you should come at. After we watched Aquaman, I mentioned how hot he was. My grandson was 5, and from then on constantly points him out to me and says, "Look, Grandma, look, it's Aquaman." That I was 61. He said he didn't care. See, he seems like he'd be that kind of guy, Deborah. He seems like he'd be that kind of guy. Steve is probably, if he's listening to the stream, he's probably in the other room just shaking his head because, I mean, really, we all know what kind of dream it would be. I mean, it's Jason Momoa. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? Insights into the way my brain works. Bloomin' Bouquet. There you go, Sherry. Let me just say this way, if we were to think of it in terms of Belinda's stream, I wouldn't need to purchase a rechargeable eraser. Oh my god, did I really just say that? Moving on. Hey, look, it's a point shoe pencil. How about them Niners? What about those football games everybody's got going on? Pencils and Jason. Oh my gosh. What has this become, chat? I'm not even drinking any wine. I'm glad you like that, Belinda. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna watch this back tomorrow and be like, why did I even say that? Again, Jason, if we're friends in the future and we're watching this, please ignore everything I'm saying. Hey, that cute kitten! Exactly. Quick subject change, just real fast. Oh my god, I'm tearing up here. This is hilarious. Right? Hey, it's adult coloring. I'm glad she approves. Oh my gosh. Thor with a giant paintbrush, not a hammer. That's not a bad picture, Aspie. That's not at all. No, that's not odd, Ev. No. See, maybe I shouldn't be on wine, Wendy, or I might be even worse. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Yep, adult coloring stream. That's all this is. No kids allowed. Iro Jatin. There you go. Oh my gosh. How about that rain we've been having? Speaking of rain, we did have a lot of rain today. Like, I wasn't aware that it was going to rain, and all of a sudden it started thundering and like pouring, and the cat like freaked out. I binge watched Game of Thrones well after it was popular. I still had no idea when I watched him ride up on the horse to collect his bride. I about lost it. Oh my gosh, Shara. I mean, if I had to choose an Avenger, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is attractive, but if I had to choose an Avenger, I probably wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't be my top choice. Safe word, Pine Green! Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. He's definitely up there. He's probably... Okay, let's see. Let's talk Avengers. We have Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr. Who's the guy that plays Hulk? Do we count Benedict Cumberbatch, or are we just talking core Avengers here? Chris Hemsworth would probably be my core Avenger. For sure. Okay, how are we feeling about this rainbow, huh? I'm liking it. I think it's okay. Robert Downey Jr. Wow, there's so many Robert Downey Jr.'s. Any of the Chris's? Right there with you, Ev. Mark Ruffalo, thank you. See, Mark Ruffalo's kind of cute too in his own way. Alucard from Castlevania. Wait, Alucard from Castlevania? I don't think I know who that is. Thanks, Wendy. Okay. What time is it? You know, it's 10:15. Let's just keep coloring coral for now. Shall we? He's scruffy. Yeah, there you go. Of course, whenever we say scruffy, I think of, you know, Star Wars and Harrison Ford. I'd be like, who's scruffy looking? There's an attractive man. Harrison Ford. Sean Connery is like a fine wine. I swear, he gets better with age. Like, I don't care how old he is. Sean Connery is always attractive. Kit Harington. Oh, Daniela. I forgot about Kit Harington. Oh, nice, Rosalind. Chris Pratt. Not, if we're going just based on attractiveness, probably not my favorite Chris Pratt. Let's see, there's Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Pratt, Hemsworth, Evans. Who's the fourth Chris? Scruffy looking nerf herder. Scruffy looking nerf herder. Who's the fourth Chris? Aren't there 4 Chris's? Evans, Hemsworth, Pratt. I feel like I'm forgetting a Chris. Who's the other Chris? I don't remember. Yeah, that's Chris Evans, Captain America. There's only 3? I don't know why I thought there was 4. I mean, maybe this is just totally shallow of me to be ranking the Chris's, but I mean, eh. So probably Chris Hemsworth is number 1, Chris Evans is number 2, and Chris Pratt is number 3. As far as who I find attractive. There you go, Marilyn. Oh, Chris O'Donnell. Yeah. I had a big crush on him in, what was it, Batman Begins? When he played Robin. Yeah, Chris O'Donnell. Hugh Jackman. Chris Pine! Chris Pine. I think, well, was he considered in the Chris's? Chris Pine is cute, too. Yeah, Sean Connery. You guys ever see Sean Connery in, was it Entrapment? It was that one with Catherine Zeta-Jones. Also, Sean Connery, like young Sean Connery, like James Bond. He was also in Darby O'Gill and the Little People. He was very young in that one. Bloomin' Bouquet. Hi, Jody! We're talking about cute celebrities. Among other things. Oh, there's going to be somebody that's going to watch this back or is watching it now and is going to be totally appalled by this topic of conversation and never come back. So I apologize, but I suppose adult coloring channel topics are bound to come up. Right, Belinda? Yeah, Entrapment. That's what it is. Exactly. Yeah, Chris Pine is in Star Trek. Yeah, he's pretty cute too. Christopher Reeves. Oh, he was cute in Superman. He was. Okay, good night, Kenny. Luke Evans. The name sounds familiar. What was he in, Ev? I can't think. What was he in? Superman is DC. That is true. Yeah, I hope your hand feels better, Kenny. Michael Keaton. I don't know how I feel about Michael Keaton. He wouldn't be somebody that I would think of, you know, right away if somebody said, hey, think of a cute actor. Scary small wallet-sized picture of Reeves as Superman in my wallet as a teen. Oh, that's cute. You know, I can't talk, though, because Superman of my high school years, using Bloom and Bouquet, was Tom Welling. And I totally had Orlando Bloom and Tom Welling plastered in my locker when I was in high school. Oh, and Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood. Favorite stars, I used to crush on Errol Flynn. Oh, but words are hard. Errol Flynn. He's, yeah, I don't blame her on that one. Always loved Brad Pitt from Thelma and Louise. Oh, yeah, young Brad Pitt. Definitely. Top Gun Val Kilmer had the best, most kiss. Marilyn. But yes, I agree. I agree. Oh, what about, oh, I can't think of him. He played Batman on Dark Knight. Yep, Lord of the Rings Orlando, definitely. Cary Grant, yes. Leif Garrick. Oh gosh, but he was also, he played Cowboy on the Newsies. That's gonna bother me. Christian Bale! Yes, Allie, right there. We thought of it at the same time. Yes, Christian Bale. Christian Bale is cute. Or maybe I won't go that high. We'll just stay and get this part done here. Robert Redford. Yeah, Christian Bale. Let's see. Cerulean. That's really not the sign. Kiefer Sutherland and Axl Rose. Okay, okay. That's fair. You know who I'd want to meet? And not for a cute factor, because I don't actually find him that attractive. But I would love to meet Tom Hanks someday. Like, that would be so cool. Like, who else would you want to watch on an island for an hour and a half? I'm just saying. I don't think anybody else could have pulled off Castaway the way he did. Oh, Fred Savage, yes. Aspie, yes. Kit Harington, Sam Heughan, yes. Shaking my head at y'all, oh no. Axl Rose, yeah. David Cassidy, is it Fabian or Fabian? Everyone wants to meet Tom Hanks. I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to meet Tom Hanks. I mean, he's Tom Hanks. I mean, near the when like COVID broke out and it was like he announced that he and Rita had it, I was like, no, you will not take him 2020. Thankfully he got better, but yeah, I was like, no. David Bowie, yes, David Bowie, definitely. David Bowie has kind of like an androgynous look about him, but it works for him, you know. Fabian? Crap, I'm not gonna get it. Words are hard. Exclamation point words. All right, Bloom and Bouquet. I feel like I need to say it right, but he really is. Tom Hanks is America's dad. Like, easy. Bloom and Bouquet. David Essex. Oh my word, Sebastian Bach when he was younger. I chit-chat occasionally with someone who's possibly his brother on Instagram. Wait. Like Johann Sebastian Bach, the composer? Blue Lagoon. Is that who you're talking about? Because I don't think Johann Sebastian Bach's brother would be alive now. Side note, Steve took me to a Bach concert when we were dating. Allie, you're like, oh, from the bad skinned row. Okay, okay, sorry. Sorry. To be fair, he was probably named after Johann Sebastian Bach. Damn right. You guys are all gonna be laughing at me now, but that's where I went to. You said Sebastian Bach, and I like my classical music, so that's where I went to. I'm like, pretty sure his brother's not still alive. Keanu Reeves, David Essex. Okay, okay. Keanu Reeves, too, is just like, from what I hear, he's just a straight-up nice guy. Yep, from Bill and Ted. Did the new Bill and Ted movie come out yet? I can't remember. I don't remember when it was supposed to. I think it's out now. But Steve loves Bill and Ted. That's why I know about it. All right, we're gonna add our wheat, and then we'll add our orange and our green. You like that, Ashley? I was gonna say, if this guy is claiming to be Bach's brother, you might be had, because pretty sure he's not alive anymore. But you know, teach his own, teach his own. Okay, and then we're gonna grab our point shoe. Orange. Okay, let's grab our green. Josh DeHamel? I don't think I know him. Likes Bill and Ted too. Yeah, I think it's partially a guy thing. I don't know. I have a really hard time enjoying just like stupid movies where people are just like, you know, it's meant to be, you know, like something just kind of goofy. I don't know. I suppose I have to be in the right mood for something that's goofy like that. Like, I'll find it maybe amusing, but I don't think, oh, that's my favorite movie, you know? I met Ian Hunter once, kicked him out of my apartment for being an idiot and insulting me, and my roommate was oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Google him! Okay, who is it? Josh DeHamel. Alright, I'm gonna look him up because I'm curious now. Josh DeHamel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those eyes, man. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna agree on that one. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna use white now. Anything serious and I cry, and it's just too emotional. Ian Somerhalder, yes. Belinda. Agreed, Daniela. Agreed. And yes, absolutely, Belinda. And the funny thing is in real life, Ian Somerhalder is like a really, like, he's like a family man, and he's like vegan and super healthy and like super fit, and it's just like, oh man. But it's also a reminder to me that I could never be with someone like that, only because I don't like to exercise and I like sugar and carbs. I could never be with someone who made me feel like inferior because they're so much more disciplined than I am when it comes to their diet. I like the idea of being healthy, but you know, the reality of it. Oh, Ryan Gosling. Ron Gosling. Oh, I'm sorry, Groon. Because cookies. Exactly. Clint Eastwood's son? I feel like I have, Sherry. I think I have. I'm set. 28. Zoom out for a sec. Alright. How are we feeling about this coral? I feel like we're going to need to add a bit more shadow. Mark Harmon. Yes. Okay, I want to do something real quick before we go. Grab royal purple. Do we want royal purple? No. Let's grab... no, royal purple. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to grab royal purple here. I want to add a bit more definition to some of these branches here. Robbie Benson from Ice Castles. I think I've seen that one. But yes, yes on Mark Harmon for sure. Idris Elba, yes. Most definitely. That's right, Deborah. That's right. I remember that. Sounds good, Rosalind. Thanks for popping in. And thank you so much for your super chat as well. Sweet, sweet lady. Okay. We're using the royal purple as kind of our shadow color. I definitely don't want to use black on this. But we need a bit more definition. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I realized I was out of frame with that one. You're welcome, Rosalind. Yeah, I think tonight definitely falls under adult themed content. I need to put up that warning like Belinda has where like no kids allowed. There may be an innuendo or two. Mikhail Baryshnikov. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'd know him if I saw him. I know who you're talking about, I just can't picture him in my head right now. See. A little bit here. Oh, sorry, I went out of frame again. I apologize. Here, let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, we danced around it. We danced around it, Allie. Add a bit more here. Russian ballet dancer. See, I think I'll know him if I see him. See, although we're covering up some of the blue and pink stuff, it'll still make sense. Oh, that's awesome, Ev. I think if we were to just do the colors on either side, it wouldn't give the tree, or not tree, I keep thinking tree. It wouldn't give the coral quite the definition that we want. Adding in this helps to kind of add to the shadow and texture. I'll add more to this one over here. Let's go ahead and grab our blender. I assume so, Aspie. And if you think about sleepovers when we were 12 and 13, those were probably more racy. Probably, Deborah. Probably. Well, and if there is any young kid that happens to watch it back unsupervised, I think we were vague enough that, you might not get it, I don't know. Oh well. I marked that it's not made for kids, so there we go. Alright, we're just using that blender to kind of soften the edges of this purple here. Okay, so here is... yeah, just think of twa. Exactly. Oh my gosh, yeah, I would too, Shara. Okay, I'm gonna... There we go. That's good. Alright, so here is the dealio. Today, we colored coral and we colored 2 leaves. So, ideally, we'll see how far I can get on my own before we stream again. That is also correct, Belinda. That is also correct. I will be caught up and I will have all the leaves done since we already showed how to do this and the coral. So the next time when we come on, we'll just have the last of the details. That is my goal. Now, if I don't get to the leaves or the rest of the coral before stream, then we'll just move on to the other parts anyway, and I'll continue it later. But my goal is I'll have those other sections done. So yeah, coral and leaves are what we did tonight. I feel like I should be able to get more done when we do layer and layer and layer. You can't help it, you know? Right, Ev? I feel like that's too dark. That's good. Okay, so I think we're gonna leave it there. Oh, nice, Ev. Post a picture. Post a picture. Oh. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Let's see. Ev, thank you for your super chat. Daniela, thank you for yours. Rosalind, I know you're gone, but thank you again for yours. You all are just absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. And even those that are lurking or hanging out and chatting, I appreciate all the support. It's absolutely wonderful. I love being here with all of you. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. We should be live again Monday. We'll work on this and maybe finish it up. Fingers crossed. All right. So in the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Let's see. Who's streaming tomorrow? Do we know? Do we know if anyone's streaming tomorrow? Tomorrow's my Saturday. I know some of you it's already Saturday. I don't know. There should be somebody streaming tomorrow, I think. I know Sammy sometimes streams in the weekend. And so does Connie, I think. Oh my gosh, if any one of them ever watched my stream, Shara, I wouldn't care if they heard me talk at all. I'd just be thrilled they were watching. CBC? Heather, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, Sammy, Heather. Okay, cool. So there's a couple of them tomorrow. Sweet. Yes, Tanya, of course. All right, cool. Well, there'll be stuff to watch. So if you're not following those people, go follow them. All right. Okay, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll chat with you on Monday. All right. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.